Hello, YouTube. This is Real Manhood Ministries. Well, real manhood is in Jesus Christ. I am on here to share about rappers and hip hop who write write explicit lyrics, making money off of cussing words, and try to justify it and say, "I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just expressing myself. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm not doing nothing wrong." I used to think that back in the 90s, but those lyrics do bother. They do. And they said, well, everybody wants to hear this. You can't speak for everybody. You don't know if everybody in this would want to hear those type of lyrics. And they try to justify it and say, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing nothing wrong to anybody. Okay, writing explicit lyrics in hip hop. Okay, it does. It does have an effect on the community. It does. It does. Those who write explicit lyrics in hip hop and try to justify it, try to make it seem like it's right. Try to make it look try to make it look like it's right what they're writing because they think everybody likes this. When you can't speak for everybody. The Bible says in Proverbs 12:15, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to godly counsel. So the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. A foolish man will say anything. A foolish man will say anything. Okay? The the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. Fools think they're right in their own right, but the wise man listens to godly counsel. Okay? So there's a difference between a wise man and a foolish man. A wise man listens to Jesus. A foolish man don't listen to Christ. Those the lyrics that they put out, they do they do affect people. It's just a lot of people who listen to those lyrics are being deceived. The devil is deceiving the listener. They're being deceived. That's why you got people who listen to those lyrics taking up for these rappers because they buying into everything they saying. The woman that's teaching the women how to twerk and take their clothes off. She think it ain't nothing wrong with that. She teaching a whole generation of women, old and young, to do wrong stuff, and she think it's right. It's brainwashing going on. The devil is brainwashing them. That's why when you try to talk to them about some of the lyrics in hip hop, that's why they get defensive because they are being deceived. Teaching the women how to twerk dance, how to take their clothes off, and how to do all this crazy stuff. The devil is blinding the mind of the woman who's teaching women that. Writing explicit lyrics in hip hop and trying to justify it. 2 Corinthians 4. The God of this age. Who is the God of this age? The devil. He's blinding the mindsets of unbelievers so they cannot see God's light. So that's why people who listen to explicit lyrics take up. They take up for the rapper, the female rapper, or the man. They take up for them because they have bought into everything this person's saying. That's why they walk around with it in their ears. They buying into everything they're saying. The woman that's writing degrading lyrics and she trying to justify it. Now a bunch of women are copying off this lady on the CD. I know I kind of sound old school when I said that. I guess digital album. The woman that's putting explicit lyrics out, and some young girl or some woman is watching that, and she buying into everything she's saying. The women in hip hop is messing up people's minds too. There's some foolish women in hip hop that's putting out a bad message. But those who are writing explicit lyrics in hip hop and trying to justify it and say it's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, I'm not doing nothing wrong to your child. If it was affecting their child, then they would say something. But they can sell it to your kids, telling your daughter how to twerk dance, telling your son how to thug on the block and look all rough. They put out those type of lyrics so they can get money because they don't care about your kids. Why they live up in a big old mansion in Beverly Hills and y'all stuck back in the hood here. So the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. A foolish man or woman think what they doing is right. But the wise listen to godly counsel. You can tell the difference between a foolish man and a wise man. A wise man listen to Jesus. A foolish man ain't listening to nobody. The lyrics in hip hop do affect the way people think. The lyrics. And people say this not going to bother me. It's not going to do nothing to me. Because guess what? The devil has programmed your mind. Why you listen to those lyrics every day, twerk lyrics, calling women out their name. The devil is blinding your mind from God's truth. That's what it is. If the gospel of Jesus Christ is veiled, it's veiled from those that are perishing. The devil is blinding people's mind. They blind to God's truth. He's blinding their mind. That's why the people who listen, people are in love with explicit hip hop lyrics, that's why they take up for it. That's why you take up for the rapper, like he giving you a royalty check, like he paying you, because the devil is deceiving you. The hip hop rap game belongs to the devil. The devil is running the rap game. He's blinding the mind of the hip hop listener, the one who said they in love with hip hop. You'll do anything for hip hop. You in love with those lyrics. Those lyrics got your mind. The devil is blinding the mindset. That's what he's doing. So those who are writing explicit lyrics in hip hop and trying to justify it, guess what? The rapper who's rapping all that, he's blind to God's truth. It's the blind leading the blind. They blind to the truth of God up here. The devil's blinding their mind. That's why the person who listens to ride around in their car, who listen to explicit lyrics every day, that's why they're taking up for the rapper, because they have bought into what he's saying. They're blind to God's truth. They're listening to those lyrics, and those lyrics then got in their mind, and they blind to the truth of God. 2 Corinthians 4. This is part 1. Bye-bye.